WSU and Oregon State legal fight with the Pac-12.
And a lawsuit has been filed against Inland Power and Light Company over the start of the Gray Fire. Murrow News 8 starts now.
Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University. This is Murrow News 8.
Good afternoon, I'm Maggie Tollison.
And I'm Brendan Jin. A hearing has been set on November 14th for the Washington State and Oregon State legal battle against the Pac-12. The two schools are partnering to protect the conference's assets from the departing members. The preliminary injunction hearing will be held in Washington Superior Court in Whitman County in front of the same judge who granted a temporary restraining order to the two schools earlier this month. The ruling by Judge Gary Leiby blocked a board of directors meeting with Commissioner George Kalyakov and the university leaders from leaving schools. Oregon State and Washington State leaders said they would like to rebuild the Pac-12, but they fear the departing schools would like to vote to dissolve the conference. Prosecutors in the Brian Kohberger case are demanding customer information from Amazon as a part of their investigation. According to the newly unsealed court documents, they're looking into the purchase of knives from the website. Prosecutors obtained search warrants earlier this year from customer accounts at multiple companies, including Amazon, Apple, and PayPal. All three companies have provided the requested information. The name of the customer was removed from the documents as well as the details of what was found. The trial was set to start at the beginning of October, but was changed when Kohberger waived his right to a speedy trial. A new date has not yet been set.
Spokane Public Schools confirmed that the threat posted last night was not credible. There will be an increased police presence at the schools today to demonstrate their commitment to safety and for staff and students. This is the second false threat made this week when Moscow High School went into lockdown on Tuesday for a false active shooter threat. Two men were arrested for second-degree theft. 19-year-old Abraham Tadasi and 18-year-old Elijah Torres were arrested after getting caught on surveillance stealing from the Pullman Walmart twice and the Moscow Walmart once. The suspects reportedly stole over $1,000 in merchandise over the three incidents. There was a third suspect involved in the Moscow theft, and Moscow police are still looking for the suspect.
Two separate lawsuits have been filed against the Inland Power and Light Company for an outdoor light that allegedly started the Gray Fire in the Medical Lake community last month. They were filed on Tuesday afternoon on behalf of 45 residents. Witnesses said that they've complained about the faulty lights months before the fire began. Sadie Risen went to the scene and spoke with two residents who was affected by the Gray Fire.
On August 18, 2023, Medical Lake was impacted by a wildfire resulting in over 300 houses to be burned. Local resident Les tells us his story after his house was tragically taken.
I've lived in Medical Lake probably about 32 years. We got a real short, probably about a 15-minute warning that we needed to leave the area, that the fire was heading directly at us. And we grabbed our dog and 3 of our vehicles and drove them out of the area.
Now, certain residents are debating if they want to rebuild due to the fact that the weather just got so much colder, the snow might be coming.
We're in the process of having somebody come out and clean the land up. It should be all cleared up, and we're planning on not rebuilding on account of our age.
Even though Les and his wife have decided not to rebuild, he wants everyone to remember these two things: to love one another and that there is always a shining light at the end of the tunnel. I'm Sadie Risen, signing off.
A small timber fire in northern Whitman County was contained Wednesday evening by volunteer firefighters. Whitman County Fire District 1 volunteers initially responded to the fire before volunteers from District 7 came to help. The construction of Schweitzer Hall is underway after the groundbreaking last week. We sent our reporter Luke Sorensen to the groundbreaking to get more information.
It's such an old building that's been retrofitted with so many different things over so many years. It'd be nice to have a place where we can put what we want, how we want it.
For senior Jonathan Strelazzi and junior Cody Longwell, a change in facilities at the Voiland College of Engineering and Architecture would be a welcome one.
Look, the entire basement used to be a fish laboratory, so every floor is sloped like 3 degrees downwards.
Both are studying mechanical engineering and are active members with RoboSub, an engineering club that designs autonomous submarines for competition. Jonathan explained that their workspace is shared by 2 other clubs, 3D printing and WSU robotics, leaving less room for work and collaboration. According to Mary Rizek, dean of the Voiland College, that scenario is soon to change.
The first step was to envision that we needed new facilities and then to work with university leadership and others to develop a route to allow us to get to this point today.
Last Friday marked the groundbreaking for the brand new Schweitzer Engineering Hall, complete with speeches from staff, club demonstrations, and a visit from Butch. Nearly 80 individuals and groups provided funding, including a $20 million donation from Ed and Beatrice Schweitzer.
We're happy to be a little part of the first step on that journey. A project like this makes for even better teaching environments, more hands-on opportunities where young people from all walks of life can learn how to work with their brains and with their hands.
The hall is just one of a few phases in the effort to modernize the Voiland College. While the building is still in the design process, construction is expected to begin spring 2024. While Jonathan and Cody won't have the opportunity to experience the facility when it opens fall 2026, they remain optimistic for what it will bring to RoboSub.
I just can't wait to see the new facilities they have and what opportunities it can bring.
Reporting in Pullman, I'm Luke Sorensen, Murrow News 8.
Here's a current look of what's going on outside as we take a look over the WSU practice field today here on Friday. And as we take a look at this weather here on Friday, a little bit more of what we've been seeing the past couple of days. Going to be cloudy the majority of the afternoon. Temperatures in the mid to high 50s. Again, not too windy, which is definitely lucky for us because it has been windy as of late. If you're going to get your Friday on later tonight, you're probably going to want to wear some long sleeves. It's going to be chilly, especially as we get later on into the nighttime. But again, more of the same here weather-wise as we move into the weekend on Friday, but hey, can't complain when we move into the weekend. We'll take a little bit more of a look at the weather later on, get you ready for the weekend, and of course, the week ahead. Back to you guys over at the desk.
Coming up, 7 candidates took the stage in the second Republican debate. Find out who stood out.
And the Oxford High School shooter has a chance of being sentenced to life in prison without parole. Find out more next.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. But I need that back. No. Kevin!
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
The second Republican presidential debate took place on Wednesday. Some of the hot topics of the night included immigration, health care, and the absence of former President Donald Trump. According to polls done by Fox News, Republican voters believe Governor Ron DeSantis and Governor Nikki Haley had the best performances of the night. Both candidates are gaining points in the polls but are still falling short behind former President Donald Trump. The next Republican debate will be on November 8th in Miami.
Former President Donald Trump has announced that he will not seek to move his election interference case in Georgia to federal court. A few weeks ago, Trump's attorneys notified the Georgia Supreme Court that they may seek to move. However, after Trump White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows' motion to move was denied, Trump's attorneys changed their plan.
Senator Dianne Feinstein of California has died at the age of 90. Colleagues remember her as an advocate for gun control, her work as the chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee, and a champion at finding common ground between Republicans and Democrats. Feinstein was the oldest member of the Senate and the longest-serving female senator. A Michigan judge has ruled that Ethan Crumbley, the Oxford High School shooter, can be sentenced to life in prison. Crumbley was convicted of murder of 4 high school students in 2021. The hearings that took place on Wednesday was to decide if Crumbley, a minor, could be punished as an adult. The next hearing is set for October 20th, and his sentencing is planned for December 8th.
New York City announced a state of emergency for the flooding and dangerous rainfall. By 9:45 this morning, most of the city was over 4 inches of water, with some areas getting as high as 6 inches of water. Officials are urging residents to seek higher ground until the flooding goes down.
Coming up after the break, cold weather is moving into the area, and Austin will have complete weather forecast for you as they head into the weekend. And speaking of that weather, the rainfall in New York is just a tragic event.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that everyone can stay safe and be protected as they face that state of emergency. We'll see you after the break.
Days, months.
Hey, I'm Jim from across the street.
Years.
I'd like to give you this.
A lifetime. Can rush by without realizing what we're missing. But it doesn't have to be that way. We have a choice to take action. Visit maketheconnection.net to find out more.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it.
The annual Lauren McCluskey Foundation fundraiser starts this weekend. The events include the Run for Campus Safety on Saturday morning, as well as a dinner and auction Saturday night. The foundation is also hosting free self-defense classes for women and girls 15 years and older throughout the weekend. The foundation honors Pullman native Lauren McCluskey, who was killed on the University of Utah campus. Tickets for the fundraiser this weekend can be found on the Lauren McCluskey Foundation website.
Demolition of the Pullman Moose Lodge starts today. Taking its place is a parking lot. The demolition is expected to take a week with street and sidewalk closures at the site. The The annual Haunted Palouse fundraiser is not taking place this year. According to the group, the event was postponed this year to help gain support and volunteers for next year. The group instead will host a pumpkin carving contest and other Halloween events for kids.
Registration for the Moscow 5K this Saturday is still open. The run is in honor of child cancer, and all proceeds go towards Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation. Austin, we have seen some increase in wind and other colder weather around the campus. Let's take a look into the weekend forecast.
Yeah, thanks, Brendan. You know, we already talked a little bit today what the weather is going to be like here on Friday. And so with that, let's move into the weekend and look what's going on tomorrow. Again, a little bit more of the same, right? Cloudy skies, temperatures kind of in the mid to high 60s. As you mentioned, a little bit of wind coming across the Palouse in the 5 to 10 mile per hour range. Again, if you want to get outside, go do something fun, couple of fun events going on in Moscow. Probably going to want to wear some long sleeves or a coat because it's going to be at least a little bit chilly on Saturday. Let's look around the state of Washington. This is here on Friday. Obviously, on the eastern side of the state, we kind of know what we've got. Cloudy skies, temperatures in the 50s and low 60s. A little bit of rain here in the Tri-Cities in the central part of the state. Might even rain a little bit in Yakima as well. The land of sun might see a little bit of rain as well. There is some sun out in Seattle. Again, the Mariners have that big series trying to get into the postseason. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Nice weather for that if you're going out west to go out to the ball game. Now let's take a look at the 5-day forecast here in Pullman. Again, more of the same coming out throughout the next couple of days. Got that big soccer game on Sunday, the Cougs and UCLA at 1 o'clock. Again, more of the same. You're going to want to wear some long sleeves, but the sun might be out for that one. And then kind of as we move in to the week, it's going to get a little bit warmer. So better days are ahead, hopefully weather-wise. But again, a lot of cloudy and partly cloudy skies and temperatures in the 60s. Back to you guys over at the desk.
Thank you, Austin. WSU volleyball took the court last night in Corvallis versus the Beavers. Find out more if they came out on top.
WSU Swim is about to begin their season. We sat down with head coach Matt Leach to get a look into their upcoming meet.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
There. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Can I tell you another one? So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it. What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana. What is a boxer's favorite drink? Fruit punch.
WSU volleyball kicked off their road trip weekend with a 3-set victory over the Oregon State Beavers. The Cougs dominated the Beavs for the majority of the match, winning each of the sets by at least 7 points. Senior Magda Yahalasheva led the way for the Cougs with a team-high 10 kills along with her 4 blocks. Senior setter Argentina Ung also picked up her second double-double of the season, finishing with 29 assists and 10 digs. The Cougs and Beavs got together after the game to take a picture, united as one. This is another statement between the two schools as the two remaining schools in the Pac-12 conference. With the win, the Cougs extend their win streak to 12 games now. They'll travel to Eugene to face number 6 ranked Oregon Ducks on Sunday. The Ducks are led by former Coug and All-American senior setter Hannah Pukas. Pukas ranks 2nd in the Pac-12 in assists per set. The two top 10 teams will face off at noon on Sunday from the Matthew Knight Arena in Eugene. On the soccer pitch, the Cougs took on another ranked opponent at the lower soccer field last night in the USC Trojans. Senior Margie DeTrizio struck first for the Cougs in the 27th minute with a sweet 1-2 step to get by a pair of defenders and finish off the one-on-one opportunity with the goalkeeper for the goal. The goal was DeTrizio's 4th of the season thus far. However, the Trojans fought back in the second half, scoring back-to-back goals with the decider coming in the 78th minute. The Cougs fall 2-1 against the Trojans and now to 0-2 in Pac-12 play. They'll finish off their month-long homestand against the 5th-ranked UCLA Bruins on Sunday at noon. In football, the Cougs get their one and only bye week this week. WSU is ranked 16th in the top 25 poll this week and will be back in action next Saturday against the UCLA Bruins at the Rose Bowl. The last time the Cougs played the Bruins, they lost a 67-63 thriller in Martin Stadium. Needless to say, they'll be looking for a bounce-back performance this time around. In the pool, the Cougs are a week away from diving into their swimming season. Our reporter Lana Fielding has a breakdown of what to expect from the swim team this year.
The WSU women's swim team season is starting again. The Cougs have their first meet the weekend of October 6th at the Fresno State Invitational. Head coach Matt Leach is excited about the season that is coming up with his team.
Team's been looking really good in the water. We're well ahead of where we were last year. Not only from a student athlete development side, but just overall performance. We're really happy with, our team culture building, what we're doing in the pool every day, and what we're doing in the weight room. We're seeing really good energy. Even after a really hard practice, our team is still very happy, very talkative as we try and get ready for the end of the practice, breaking it down and getting ready for the next day. So for me, seeing that culture really come through is really important.
Coach Leach has high hopes for this Cougs season. He says the team is looking better than they have in years previous with a strong start to the season. He thinks that they'll send many girls to the NCAAs this year.
The team wants to send 4 to NCAAs, really NCAAs. We want to score points in NCAAs, and that's where this program is heading. And so it's just going to be a lot of fun with the talent and the hard work we have coming in early on this year, but also how we carry it through into NCAAs, which happen in March. So we've got a long season, and we just want to make sure we're making the proper little steps to put ourselves in the right position to go fast at the end of the year.
The high energy from the swimmers and Coach Leach is what is going to make another great Coug season.
Well, it's Friday, and that means high school football under the bright lights. There's a loaded high school football slate tonight across the Palouse, starting out with the Pullman Greyhounds, who get the night kicked off at 4 o'clock on the road against undefeated Okanagan. Both Potlatch and Colfax are at home tonight, with the Loggers facing off against Logos of Moscow and the Bulldogs taking on Tri-Cities Prep at 7 o'clock. The big game of the night is down in Lewiston, where the Moscow Bears will square off with the Lewiston Bengals in a rivalry game. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. Speaking of high school football, some of the football schedules are looking a little funky this year. That's because there's a major referee shortage in eastern Washington and northern Idaho. With the shortage, some referees are having to work 2 or 3 games every weekend. So parents, please give them a break. With just a few games left in the MLB regular season, the playoff chase is heating up. For the Seattle Mariners, they have an uphill battle to climb in to clinch a wild card spot. They're 1 game back of the Houston Astros and 2 back of the Toronto Blue Jays. The Mariners have 3 more games against the division-leading Texas Rangers to end the regular season. In the National League, 5 teams are still alive for the final 2 wildcard spots. Everything will get sorted out throughout the weekend, and we'll have the playoffs set for Monday. In golf action, the Ryder Cup, the battle between the American and European golfers, began earlier this morning in Rome, Italy. Team Europe took the Americans to school on day 1, holding a 6.5 to 1.5 point lead after the first day. They'll battle it out throughout the weekend and wrap up on Sunday. Should be an exciting back and forth affair in the Ryder Cup. Again, hopefully Team USA can make a little bit of a comeback and make it interesting. Well, star tight end Travis Kelce saw a 400% increase in jersey sales. Find out why after the break.
You're looking at me in the future. Okay. Hi, Isaac.
Hi. Wait a second.
Do you know who I am?
Julia.
This is Jaina. Into the future. I just wanted to talk to you about what happened with those 2 girls.
Oh, yeah?
Do you remember it was this girl that I was getting bullied by that one day at PE when they were like yelling at me, and then you just linked arms with me? I don't think you know how much like that helped me, because like I finally like knew that I had somebody. Because of you, Isaac, and what you did for me years ago, I grew up to be more independent and love myself and just be a little bit more confident.
Aw, I'm like a little tearing up right now. Just to see her in the future just blossom and look beautiful, and that was really amazing.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Hey guys, today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Give kisses. Give kisses. Look. Give kisses. Give kisses. You heard how loud that was.
I know,
I heard.
I heard. It wasn't you.
Yeah.
It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Bacon.
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have taken the world by storm. Kelce's jersey sales have increased by 400% this week after Taylor was spotted at the game on Sunday.
I think it's kind of awesome for the sport, though, that they're bringing in new people. You know, a lot of jerseys are getting bought. I think that's awesome for the team, even if I don't like the Chiefs.
Ah, man, I mean, as if the Chiefs, and Taylor Swift needed more attention. Now, I mean, it's just an absolute double whammy. But, I mean, certainly an interesting storyline. It'll be interesting to see how it unfolds throughout the season.
For sure. As a kind of an outsider to both groups, it's been fun to kind of watch on social media the two very opposite worlds collide in kind of the most aggressive way possible, right?
You're not a Swiftie? No one's a Swiftie?
I mean, I'm a little bit of a Swiftie. I'm definitely a fan of, like, some of her older stuff. I don't mean...
I agree. I'm more of the older songs, but, well, thanks for joining.
If you missed any of our past broadcasts, go to our YouTube channel and make sure to give our follow to our social medias. Have a good weekend.